Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage President of the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, Julia Stash.
Well, good morning, and all I can say is a sigh of relief at last. But on behalf of the MacArthur Foundation, welcome to 100&Change, the Finalists Live. Thank you for being here. I want to say it again, thank you. So first of all, make no little plans. They have no magic. Make big plans. Aim high in hope and work. You might recognize those words as belonging to the famed architect and Chicago's own Daniel Burnham. His quote is now a credo of sorts, not only for urban planning, but for Chicago itself. Now, encouraged by our board at MacArthur, we tried something new. We asked ourselves, we asked our grantees, we asked our partners, and we asked many of you in the room and many more that we regularly engage with. Why not apply those words and that spirit to our work? Make big plans, aim high in hope and work. What impact could we have when we make a big bet on a critical challenge? What kind of change can we make? What kind of progress, measurable progress, will we see? We're applying this approach to several challenges like climate change and justice reform. Now, of course, we don't know everything, so we asked what else is possible with significant funding, with $100 million. Who else has ambitions that we should support? We said any issue, anywhere, but the important thing is to think big. Tell us about a truly profound problem of our time. Tell us how you can solve it or how you can make really significant progress. Now, these questions were not merely an intellectual exercise because today you will hear from 4 amazing finalists, one of which will receive our $100 million grant, which we will announce on December 20th. $100 million to make their solution a reality, to bring its benefits to a truly significant number of people, to make the world a better place. Now, I am particularly proud that each of the finalists has carefully considered issues of inclusion and equity, including specifically persons with disabilities. Still, much work remains for them and for MacArthur on this just imperative. Now, I want to get right to the finalists' presentations, but before we do, I want to share with you 3 quick lessons. Lessons are important because this is new for us. It's a real departure from what we've done in the past. The first lesson, be optimistic. Now, it is so easy to become cynical when all you hear about is how things are not working, when all you see is political fighting and policy gridlock. 100&Change provides exactly the opposite. These are feasible proposals with the potential for impact at real scale, seemingly intractable problems with solutions in sight. Ambitious, audacious, aspirational. We saw it all. In fact, we received almost 2,000 proposals. Hopeful, creative, thoughtful, insightful proposals. They were bold solutions to critical challenges affecting people across the country, but around the world, hundreds of them ready to go. All they needed was a partner to help get it across the line. So they were inspiring then, and they are even more inspiring today. So be optimistic because solutions are possible. Now, the second lesson was be involved. There are so many opportunities to support important work. 100&Change should not be the only resource. It isn't, and it can't be. Now, courageous early funders helped bring these finalists to where they are today. Our thanks to them. But going forward, it is absolutely thrilling to see new relationships form. Judges and advisors helping applicants sharpen their proposals and improve their focus. Funders introduced to new projects, not just the finalists, but everywhere, all up and down the list. Foundations sharing strategies and approaches. What we have now is a network, an engaged, real community connected by common values, and the shared belief that we can do some good. So let's nurture that. This work should not end with one grant and a single winner. There are hundreds of projects ready to be supported, ready to begin to amplify their impact. Today is the beginning of that process, not the end. So be involved. Finally, the third lesson, be bold. That's where I started. Even for an organization like ours that's focused on a small number of big bets, a single $100 million grant is a risky proposition. It's actually more than risky, it is scary. But those of us with resources, those of us who can take risks, those of us, like everybody in this room, who cares about the planet and its people, we need to act because philanthropy is best positioned to provide society's risk capital. Of course, we'll be diligent. We balance risk with empirical evidence. We'll keep you all engaged, we'll keep you informed, but we will welcome and involve others. But we will be laser focused on impact, on results. But just as we asked our applicants to think big, just as Daniel Burnham said later in his famous quote, do things that will stagger us. We will be bold, but we hope that you will be too. So there's three lessons. Be optimistic, be involved, and be bold, because solutions are possible. People with passion, like those that you will hear from today, will make it happen. We can help, but all of us together can help. Now to introduce the 4 100&Change finalists from the PBS NewsHour and our MC for the morning and one of my favorite people on TV, Hari Srinivasan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning. So as a journalist, I've covered a lot of stories. I've had the opportunity to tell a lot of tales from places all over the world, from here in the Midwest to places like my birthplace in Mumbai. Now, some of my favorites, the ones that really stick with me, the ones that are hard or impossible to forget, have a common thread. They feature an individual or a community facing long odds, but willing to take a risk. They're about someone or someplace breaking through barriers of cynicism, of doubt, of neglect, and fear. And they end with something remarkable, a newfound hope, a renewed will, literally a new future. That's what the MacArthur Foundation is doing today with 100&Change, and that's why I'm happy to be here to help them with this. So first, I want to thank you all, not just for being here today, but for what being here says about you and the world that we share. It says that you recognize that the nation and the world face some critical challenges, that solutions are possible, and that you want to be part of those solutions. Your involvement says that with imagination, with insight, with purpose, and yes, with some funding, there are problems of our time that are within our collective ability to solve. That's not just admirable, it's actually inspiring. And today, we near the end of the 100&Change process and the competition, but let's remember the journey didn't start this morning. A year and a half ago, the MacArthur Foundation asked organizations to identify and offer a solution for any critical problem affecting people, places, or our planet. Be careful what you ask for. They got 7,000 registrants who submitted nearly 2,000 diverse proposals. 800 eventually became 8, and today there are 4. So in a moment, we're going to hear directly from the people leading these world-changing projects, but I'd like to reiterate something that Julia just mentioned. This is a unique opportunity, but it requires action, and success depends on it. It actually depends on you, the people in this room. The world is waiting, and solutions are possible.
Everything changes. Yet problems we have faced for generations still lie before us. Working together in common cause, we can create lasting solutions to eradicate hunger, to heal the scars of war, to nurture the vulnerable, and to save lives. Solutions are possible. And we can change the world.
So the 4 finalists are working on truly critical challenges of our time: educating children displaced by war and hatred, cultivating more nutritious and sustainable staple crops to solve hidden hunger in Africa, developing and sharing technology to save the lives of newborns, and supporting families so they can stay together instead of depending on orphanages. The statistics around all of these issues can be staggering. The stories heart-wrenching. But today, you'll also hear about something different. Not only the scope of the problem, but also the solutions at scale. Help keep the conversation going online. This is a place where you don't have to turn your phones off. You can actually use the hashtag 100&Change. You can ask questions about the presentations. The teams will answer them online as well. And this afternoon, you'll have an opportunity for an up-close experiential look at each project in more intimate breakout sessions. So let's start.